there we go. Hey, speaking of not being good,
Oh,
how about that Joss Whedon?
oh, oh. Now,
You know,
I will admit this. I saw his comment about Ray Fisher entirely out of context straight away, and I just saw like the his scenes made no sense, and he's a bad actor.
uh-huh.
And I thought, is if that's all he said, that's hilarious. And I'll
So,
be honest, I still find it really damn funny. He's
so
just like he's a bad actor.
see,
But
that's a small part of the what he was digging out
yeah,
of his own grave because every subsequent quote after that, he dug so much further that if this dude ever works in Hollywood, people are going to be like, "Oh, I guess Harvey Weinstein is hiring people again." But because
oh.
Jesus Christ,
I
there are,
haven't read it. The only thing I've heard is what we talked about yesterday, where you
yeah.
said about Gal Gadot.
So it
It's just like,
actually gets worse if you keep reading because
ugh.
it's a huge piece. And so they got this from his autobiography, which he's put now to try to clear his name.
Oh, good.
So I'm gonna try to explain what he said. And he said he believes in strong females and strong female writing and strong female characters because when he took a feminism class and he was the only guy in there, he told all the women that he understands them better than they understand themselves. I, I, and that's his defense, and it actually gets worse and worse. And
I
they were
say
just
it's
like,
like a cocktail
"Oh,
of gaslighting and mansplaining.
Yeah, it's just, uh, it's
oh,
just like Whedon's like Whedon's like the nice guy.
it,
Yeah, that was always the persona, wasn't it? It's like, oh yeah, I'm a feminist. It's like,
yeah,
Yeah, it's just it's like if a girl said the same thing about guys saying I know you guys more than you know yourselves. So I'm like, ugh.
Imagine if Brie Larson would have said, "I understand guys better than guys." Right now, she would literally have people marching down the streets to like burn her like a witch. So,
no, she wouldn't, because those people don't walk.
oh, that's true. They would just make 100 videos. Oh,
There's
you
no
got me there,
money in
Mitch.
walking. Don't be silly.
Now making videos with her and the crying face emoji, that's where the money's
I
at.
say it's all that would come from that is they have an excuse to keep her in the thumbnail for another 1,000 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
It's, I mean, the thing with Joss Whedon is, and you know, back in the day, you saw that he was like the only one pushing, oh, women, you got to put them in the spotlight. Don't worry about it. But then now you kind of go back and look at some of the things he was doing and saying, and there's more on like what was happening on
Yeah,
the
there's a
set.
different context to everything now.
Yeah, like, and some actors came out and they're like, oh, we would go in the back and be like, where's Joss? And suddenly, like, one of the younger actors would walk out and be like, oh, we were just practicing in the back. Oh,
Mm.
oh, like,
So
bro,
he seems to
this
have a
dude,
thing against pregnant women as well. Like when
that
Scarlet was
too,
pregnant
yeah.
doing Avengers, Gal Gadot in Justice League, and I can't remember her name for the life of me on Buffy. Like there's all
Yeah, Chris
stories.
Carpenter.
That's the
Yeah.
one. There's all stories relating to it. And you're kind of like, this dude's there's mummy issues there. There's definite
Uh-huh.
mummy
Yeah,
issues. Like it's
like
so obvious.
it almost comes across as how dare they get pregnant on my time.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's,
It's I don't.
it's
It's
a,
what like it. I don't know. It's just wild, man. Like he's been this like I don't want to say beacon, but like he was propped up as like the male feminist for nerd stuff for years,
mhm.
and you could argue that. Well, I say you could argue a lot of stuff happened because of that.
I mean,
But
if you want
it's
to like
I don't know
really
to this
look at the
day.
history of guys, that came up as nerds and made it big, him and Kevin Smith, like hip and hip,
Yeah,
came up together. And one gets a lot of hate for just being a big fanboy, being excited for everything. And the other one is now the complete opposite and a complete joke and Joss Whedon. He's Joss Whedon. That's what
yeah.
I'm trying to say. Like
What a
at
fall
least,
from grace!
yeah, legit. Like,
Like it doesn't help now. I think it was Downton in the in their Facebook groups, like he looks like the dad from Get Out. And it's just like, oh my god, he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, I was dealt in a post today. Yep.
Yeah, that ruined that movie for me. Just that one post. I was like, okay, thanks. But yeah, it's bad, man. I don't get why. I don't get how he went from up here. I get how he went from up there to down here, but Whedon, gross.
Yeah, look. There's not. If you guys want the full thing, we could sit here for like an hour talking about all the disgusting crap I read in that article. If you guys want the full thing, just go look it up. It's from Vulture. It's rather long. They said there's gonna be more coming out, so get ready for that.
Goody.
Oh yeah. Oh goody. Oh goody.
I just like the one snippet. It's just him and Ray just going back and forth, being salty and petty. It was for it was bad for what it was, but it was also pretty funny that none of them, both of them, can't let it go and move on.
I'm gonna say like the Justice League situation. It's clearly come from an insanely high pressure environment, and everyone's just popped off of each other. Maybe some more than others. And some things were said and some things weren't. But it's like, yeah, you can... Like, that melting pot was about to blow regardless because of everything.
Mm-hmm. But... Yeah, it all seemed like it was coming to blows with this. It was finally going to happen. Finally be like, yeah, here we go. And then, yeah, things kind of just happened one after another quick. So, hey, make of it what you will, guys. Go look up more of the story if you want. It's there. Enjoy.
Yeah. Also, Nick saying it's going to be hard to watch the Avengers 1 and Age of Ultron in the chat. It's okay to like those movies.
It is, but
like regardless of who made them, it's okay to like those movies. No.
It's okay to like them, but you do get the sort of back your mind thing. Like, I always said I'm never gonna like. I love pro wrestling, and sometimes I want to go back and watch my favorite old pay-per-view. And a lot of my favorite matches included Chris Benoit in it. I can't enjoy those anymore, knowing what he did. Like it's a little off.
It's hard to enjoy it, but you can still, because like if you're anything like an animation buff, you'll love those IPs, but you also, when you start learning about the industry, you'll know like the hellish landscape those animators are put through. So it's like, what are you gonna start hating animation now because animators don't get their due most of the time, or what?
Well, it's like some musicians, isn't it? Like, you get like Michael Jackson. There was from my generation, the guy from Lost Prophets. Like he turned me pedophile, and like that destroyed my
it was just like music as well as like with unfair contracts. You gonna hate the music that they did, or the labels. It's just whatever you can do.
Yeah. So
obviously, like, not everyone's the same. Some people aren't going to be able to enjoy that stuff. That's totally fine. But like, if you people need to realize it's okay to still like them going forward. You haven't got to hide that fact just because of who made it. It's totally
yeah. It's the whole Activision Blizzard thing. It's like, look, you can't punish all the other hardworking people because the top guy was garbage, right? Like,
I mean, but that's not just the top guy. That was like,
oh yeah, there was a bunch of people underneath as well. And then there was the developers who were just underpaid, and working hard to give you the project. So, again, it's a whole situation. Please go look up the Joss Whedon situation. Come up with your own